Hey everybody, welcome back to BigRedEDC. Well, we have yet another Rough Rider Reserve knife to check out. Of course, this is the Coke Bottle Red Jigged Bone. It's a lockback Rough Rider Reserve at 048 is the number on this one. And I gotta tell you what, I mean, it's got an extra long tube for it. I mean, this is it's a big knife. And you know, when you put the paper on it and you put the cleaning cloth around it, it's a tight fit in that tube where it widens out here. Yeah, it's a snug fit. We'll just say that. But close to one of the, well, it's probably, I don't know if it's going to be the longest of the Rough Rider Reserves, but it is definitely one of the biggest Rough Rider Reserves we've seen to date on the channel. Now, of course, red jig bone, definitely looking good. Of course, we're going to do our normal looking through. Now, like I say, sometimes, you know, just depending on how that jigging falls, like that one's great. Great. But when you catch these inside this jigging, it's got to be hard to get them flush. Up here where you can where the bone is sort of, you know, ground down, they're a little bit better for sure. Those are good. Those are good. Now, these over here, they're a little proud. That one is definitely a little bit prouder, but you know, I don't really gripe about that too much because it's got to be hard. If you grind a spot, then you're going to have kind of a weird ground spot in there. So yeah, you know, but these, yeah, very good. Transitions, very good. Now this is a lockback. So you know, you've got a little bit of gapping there, but I think could it be less? Maybe, probably, but I'm not as upset in that, and you'll find out why I'm not as upset before. But like I said, it is a lockback. You've got a very large blade here. Overall fit and finish, I would put it's in the good category. I'm not going to kill it too hard for these, because that is a little tough. I mean, that one is a little bit proud. I think we probably could have got that one maybe a little better. Who knows? But, oh my goodness, look at that blade. Big old clip point blade. Long pull coming out. Of course, you know, D2, it is a Rough Rider Reserve. The thing that really surprised me about this is, I mean, you know, we've talked about Rough Rider, the reserve tag, and I've talked a lot about that. And, you know, fit and finish and how that falls into the reserve and pricing and all that other good stuff. When I looked this one up, I could not believe the price on it. It's probably one of the least expensive. It's probably one of the biggest, but it's also one of the least expensive Rough Rider Reserves that is sold. This guy's $29.99. And from what I remember, that was not a sale price. That is pretty much, I mean, we've seen some of the Rough Rider, I mean, you know, some of the ones that had VG10 steel, okay, they've crept up to that, you know, $30-ish range. But we've got a reserve tag, largest Rough Rider Reserve, but probably one of the Rough Rider Reserves that has cost the least. So, you know, I'm not complaining too hard on this. It's just, I'm not sure why it's like that. I've heard some things that I'm not 100% sure are, you know, true, and I'm not going to share those with you until I find out more for sure. But it's very, very interesting. Very interesting that we have a Rough Rider Reserve as this. I'm sorry. That's just, it's really, okay, I'll quit. It's just kind of surprising to me, honestly. So, all right, we're going to have to go back to like this guy because this is nearly a 10-inch knife. You're looking at 9 3/4, right about there. Yeah, right about 9 3/4. Almost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, almost 5.5 in the handle. So your blade's going to come in at right about 4 1/4, about 4 3/8 actually. As you measure it up close, your cutting edge is going to be about 3 7/8. You've got a nice choil. I mean, that grip, I mean, my 3.5-inch grip, gee, many Christmas, look at that. Look at this. I mean, I can choke way back on this. And I have plenty of room left over. So, feels pretty darn solid. No wiggle, no wobble, nothing like that. Oh, yeah, it's pretty solid. Break the lock, come to it. Snaps in there pretty darn good. You do have a half-ish stop. As you can see, it's not solid half, but it does come open, and it does slow down there, and then crack it back open. And you've got yourself one heck of a big knife. Wow. I'll be perfectly honest with you. This one is kind of perplexing to me. Because, let's get a weight on it real quick. Ooh, it's got some weight. 169 grams or 6 ounces. I mean, it's a large knife. But it is kind of perplexing to me. Because, you know, I've talked about Rough Rider Reserve here in the recent past. You know, I had those 4 in here. 2 of the 4 probably wasn't exactly the fit and finish I would say fit the reserve tag. And, you know, they had the price, you know, of a reserve knife. I believe they were pretty much all in that at least 45, like that $45 to $60 range. So when I got this one, or when I was purchasing this one, it really, really surprised me. You know, the overall size of it, but yet it's $30. D2 steel. I mean, nothing has really changed about. You've got your shield. Your shield, it does stand proud a little bit. You can see that. It does stand proud on that jigging a little bit. And so I'm just kind of, I guess I have got to see more. I've got to see more of the upcoming Rough Rider Reserves. Because it's a little, I mean, centering is good. For the reserve tag, the little nitpicks I've kind of shown you, but yet at the $30, I'd say it's okay. You know, I'd like to see a little bit different, you know, like, okay, we've got this one. This one could probably be a little bit more flush. Like this one, it definitely stands a lot more proud. You can catch it, but yeah, I don't know. I can't say I'm at a loss, but I need to see where Rough Rider Reserve is going from here. I've heard there's been some changes. Like I said, I don't know. I'm not going to tell you that's gospel because I don't know that it is. So I need to talk to a couple people, talk to a few more people, verify, re-verify. You know what I mean? Just actually make sure I'm telling you what's going on for sure. So, but overall, for $30, the size of this knife and the materials, I think it's kind of hard to go wrong. You know, I'm kind of using the Rough Rider, my Rough Rider mantra, the way I treat Rough Riders on this Rough Rider Reserve knife, I guess is how I'm doing it. I don't know if that's right. I don't know if it's wrong. But I guess we'll see. We'll have to see what happens from here. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. I'm going to have to get a little bit more information, and we're going to have to see where we go from here, because this is very interesting. It's very, very interesting. So, but what do you guys think? Give me your thoughts. Give me your thoughts down in the comments. What do you think about this? Big knife, big Rough Rider Reserve knife, $30. Steel is D2. Oh, let's see if I'll show you. Edge is decent. I've used it a little bit. I haven't changed it or altered it in any way. So the edge is okay. Could it be stropped up and be a little bit better? Absolutely. Could be. Yeah. If you can't tell, that's where I'm at with this. I'm really kind of just... We'll see. We'll see where this goes. We'll see where Rough Rider Reserve goes from here. I have to. I really have to. Now, just from what I've seen over the past maybe half dozen knives. So, I don't know. This wasn't really a review. It was, kind of not. It's more just kind of talking about Rough Rider or Rough Rider Reserve and where they're at and where they might be going for the time being. So, like I said, give me your thoughts down in the comments, guys. Greatly appreciate you always stopping by and saying hi. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Like, subscribe, leave me that comment. You know I love talking to you. Bye-bye.